Hello, Antra, day 67, 90-day challenge. I wanted to do a follow-up from what I was talking about yesterday regarding soil samples. So soil samples are I want to compare it to some other things that maybe someone can relate to. It's really about a diagnosis for moving forward on how to approach your lawn's needs. So like if you're to go to the doctor, your doctor's going to try to diagnose you for maybe the nutritional aspect that you need, or you need more sleep, or you need this or that. Or if you go to the mechanic shop because you've got a check engine light on, he'll be able to click it in his machine. Can't remember, but there's a sensor machine that can bring up a code and tell you this is exactly what you need to do, rather than um, blindly throwing darts out there. That's what we want to try to avoid. We want to be as efficient as possible. A soil sample, in my case, and this is probably typical everywhere around the country, is only 20 bucks. So when you do the math over time, you're going to be saving a lot of money because you'll know exactly how much fertilizer to put down. And also it's, for those who are striving to be environmentally conscious, it's great as well. So it's just like anything, that if you do too much and too much quantity, it's not good. Something is going to pay the price in that regard. But I wanted to show you also as well something that I came up with. So when I was reading their instructions, every soil sample place will require a different way to go about it, just slightly, and more often than not, in this case as well, is the amount of soil they require. This place requires 3 cups, which is equivalent to 24 ounces. So when I'm measuring it out, which I did in my measuring cup, they want at least 24 ounces on this guy is right up here. The suggested way to go about getting your soil samples is either one, getting a trowel. So you dig down. In the case of getting a soil sample from your lawn, you want to go down to 6 inches. So 6 inches down up to the surface. You want to eliminate rocks, any grass tissue and whatnot, get that out. So it's just strictly soil. But once you get past more or less that 3 inches and down to the 6 inches, the top 3 inches is where a lot of the nutrients are going to be in comparison to the bottom 3 of the total of the 6. And the reason why is, while we add topsoil, we add the fertilizer, that's essentially where all the nutrients is. And then you get down, you're getting down into the subsoil where not as much typically exists, but the roots will still go in there, and that's why we want that total of 6 inches to get a true idea of what's going on in there. Anyways, so there's a trowel method to get all that, and then there's also what's called a soil probe. This is what was provided on my first soil sample test, and I never thought I would call a soil probe cute, but this is what I used at the time, and it was really difficult to get that much soil needed. Even for that, it required much less. And this is what I got today with a different method, and I want to show you. That's why I've got this old school toolbox out here. This is my grandfather's from back in the day. He was an electrician, so he had all these tools for drilling the holes inside the 2x4s inside the house so he could run all of his wires in. This thing, I'm sure, went straight through the Cold War, no problem. It's a beast with the metal in here. And I went through these with the thought in mind, and sure enough, I was able to find what I wanted, which is like an auger. This not so friendly looking guy, but it wanted 6 inches, and I was able to use this. I put some masking tape around it to measure down how far I need to go. Excuse me, wrong side. Going down this way. Just grab my drill here. It's open. And took me about 15 minutes to get all that soil. And what you want to do is go around in sporadic areas to find it. But that was a much simpler way to get it done. And I'm pretty sure not many other people in my niche probably thought of that. So just the way my mind seems to turn sometimes. But alrighty, keep it at that. My own little concoction. Day 67. We'll see you on 68 on the flip side. Thank you.